So hi all, I want to talk about my Bhakti life, how it also helped me in anxiety and depression. Since 2020, I was having anxiety disorder, panic attack disorder. Then in between, I started having eating disorder with depression. So I was not understanding why am I going through all this stuff. Continuously, I was going through. Even waking up was making me feel empty. That emptiness would kill me every day. I did not have hope not to do. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't sit, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I couldn't go out, I couldn't do anything. Like, even when I was sleeping, I was having tremors, I was shaking. I couldn't eat because I had eating disorder, and my relationship with food became so worse. And I couldn't stand because of anxiety, fatigue. I couldn't go out because of my social anxiety and panic attacks. So everywhere I felt that something wrong is happening with me. And I was giving up in my life, and in between I had suicidal thoughts as well. And people say anxiety is nothing, it's easy, it's nothing, it's just a feeling. But people who are going through anxiety disorder, it's not a feeling, it is a whole body is reacting, whole mind is reacting, and it is giving a lot of symptoms and shortness in breath and all of that. I never had anxiety in my entire life since the lockdown came in. And yes, I was a jovial person, yes, I was an introvert, but I never faced something called anxiety. And yes, we do have that butterflies. Sometimes you are meeting someone, strangers, or going for an interview. So all that feeling is not anxiety. I don't understand people why they're making it so normal, but anxiety disorder is to be, people are not getting a right help by people who are normalizing this anxiety. So most people are not getting the right help because people are just fooling around and saying that anxiety is like normal. But according to me, it's not normal, because it for me it affected a whole life, whole day-to-day life. I couldn't do anything. So people are normalizing anxiety by telling, oh, it's just nothing. So, but unless and until you go through the feeling of it, you feel like you're dying every day. And with anxiety, you also get panic attack. That is even more worse. Like, having one panic attack, you're just gone. And I used to have 20 to 30 panic attack in a day. And imagine, I had low energy, I couldn't do anything. Whatever I was eating, I couldn't eat, I was vomiting. I was losing weight every single day, and day by day I was losing hope. So day by day I was losing hope. I kept telling God that nothing is working out for me. I'm not that lucky. I never been so lucky in life that whatever I wish for, nothing came in my life. So I had to hard work for everything in my life. So I felt that it's been 4 years and no improvement in my anxiety and whatever it is. Then yes, I did take a psychiatrist help, therapist help, medication, everything. But this is an ongoing process where subconsciously you need to work on and all of that. Subconsciously, it's going to take a lot of time for healing from inside and outside. It's going to take time. So in with that, I was also like losing a lot of hope, and I kept saying, God, like if this is how I'm gonna lead a life, I don't want to live a life like this, just take me away from here. So I kept saying that, and I was having continuously suicidal thoughts, like nothing is happening, I'm not recovering, like I'm not able to see the bright side in my life. So there were a lot of negative thoughts I was getting with the anxiety disorder, because always you're in fatigue, you're always in fight or flight. After that, I was like I gave up, and suddenly one day I was just crying, and I gave up completely, and I was just sitting, and I suddenly get a call from my friend. and my friend said, let's go to ISKCON, and it's a beautiful place, it's nearby, just let's go. And I kept wondering that I haven't stepped out for 4 years from home because of my panic attack disorder due to my social anxiety, and the moment I stepped out I would have panic attack and shivering and anxiety attack. I felt like, okay, how am I gonna go now? So I somehow made my mind, and I somehow, with that anxiety, I went, and he picked me up, and we reached ISKCON. And as soon as we reached ISKCON, I felt little calmer. My anxiety was little okay, and that place had a Sai Baba temple, then Shiva temple, then Hanuman. I'm a Hanuman Bhakt, so it also had Narasimha Swami. So all this they had, and as soon as when I was entering into ISKCON, I felt so good. As soon as I entered into ISKCON, I felt little good, and there was a lot of cows and all of that. So then we came back after visiting ISKCON. After I came back, I wanted to go again because it was making me feel calm and peace. So I was like, let's go again. So I went alone, and after 2-3 days, and I was feeling anxiety, I was feeling shivering, I was like having tremors and everything, but still I went, and I visited everything. I was just standing near the bookstore, and I felt like I was zoned out, and suddenly one of the Prabhuji just look at me, and I'm all sweating, and I'm all having tears, and my hands are all sweating, and hot flashes, everything was happening to me. And one Prabhuji just, I was just holding some book, and I was just zoned out. And maybe that Prabhuji wanted me to give that book or something. I don't know. That Prabhuji just called me and said, Mataji, आपको book चाहिए? And I was like, I still didn't react to him. And he again asked me, Mataji, आपको कुछ चाहिए? Then I was still zoned out. Then again Prabhuji asked, आपको कुछ चाहिए? Then I came from the zoning, maybe, and he said, आपको कोई book चाहिए यहाँ पे? Then I was like, I suddenly I was crying a lot, and I started telling Prabhuji, I said, Prabhuji, I have a lot of anxiety, depression, and I have panic attack, and it feels weird to have all this. What should I do? Then Prabhuji was like, wait, I'll just come. And I think he was looking for a book, and suddenly he held me a book that was Bhagavad Gita book, and he said, आपका जो भी सवाल है इस book में है, you just read this book. I was curious to know what is there in this book that will help me overcome anxiety and depression. Then I just took that book, and I kept wondering, what is there in this book? What is there in this book? I knew Bhagavad Gita. I know there's a Bhagavad Gita, and I know, but I didn't know what's there in that book. Now I never read Bhagavad Gita. I got Bhagavad Gita to home, and I was like, I started, started reading from the first page, and I was like, I'm not able to understand even a thing. I was feeling, oh God, Prabhuji said that you will get answer from all this, but I am unable to read. I am unable to understand what is written in this Bhagavad Gita. Then I waited for 2-3 days, like, should I get help from someone? I don't know what happened. Suddenly, another friend called me up, and he said that his other friend wants to learn dance with me, and I was like, okay, that's nice. His introduction was something, we spoke about dance and how and all of that, and suddenly she asked, like, do you want to join Bhagavad Gita class? I was like, God, I was just looking for someone who can teach me Bhagavad Gita, someone who, and suddenly I felt like, okay, now there's something, I'm getting a signal. I felt little good. and I started attending Bhagavad Gita classes. I was so regular to know how it will help me, and I kept reading Bhagavad Gita. I kept chanting. I kept Krishna so important. I kept attending Bhagavad Gita class no matter how busy I am, no matter I had work, no matter I had dance class, no matter I was teaching. All that was okay. To get that better, I wanted to attend Bhagavad Gita class and uh, to know what is happening. Then I started knowing Krishna more. I started watching Radha Krishna serial. Then I started attending a certain session about Krishna, and I started learning more about Krishna, who he is. And in between that one night, I was panicking. I was about to have a panic attack, and I was like, okay, now what is gonna happen? In 2 minutes, I realized that you are reading a lot about Krishna. You're getting closer to Krishna. You're reading Bhagavad Gita. So why not call Krishna? Let's see if he's gonna help me or not. I was not testing him, but I was like, I don't have anyone in my life where they help me because I lost all of my friends. I was leading a lonely life. Like whoever I did have a lot of friends, but the moment they got to know I have anxiety and depression, everyone left, thinking that it is a negative energy, and all my near and dear friends or whoever near people started telling, like, you're always in that zone, and most of them did not understand what I was actually going through, and only I could tell what I was going through. I was like feeling so heavy on my chest, feeling so heavy on my throat. I couldn't breathe or swallow also, and that night made me realize that Krishna is there for me. So listen to this story. I felt like I'm gonna get panic attack, and in my mind, I was like thinking, I'm doing a lot of things to know about Krishna. I'm reading Bhagavad Gita, I'm chanting, and doing everything. Let's call Krishna because he might come. I had that one hope that he will come. So I was panicking, I was having hot flashes. I felt like, oh God, whenever I had panic attack, I was hospitalized because my body couldn't take it. Being an underweight, I couldn't take it. So I was like, okay, am I going to hospital again? Please God, no. So I was breathing so fast. I was feeling like I'm sweating. Sometimes I'm feeling cold, sometimes having tremors. My left hand I couldn't lift up. Whenever I feel anxiety, this hand is somewhere it makes me feel weird, and that's when I know I'm gonna have panic attack. And I was like, Krishna. I was like, Krishna, 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 and he's there. How? Because uh, I look outside the window and I suddenly look at the moon. It was turning into Krishna's color, and the moment I saw that, I slept. And morning I wake up and I was like, I didn't have a panic attack. I slept well. I feel fresh today. How come? And that's when I realized that Krishna came when I called him. So from then, I never ever left his hand, nor he left my hand. So since then, I have become so true devotee of Krishna. Like I wake up, I see Krishna. I sleep, I see Krishna. I'm eating, I see Krishna. I'm sleeping, I see Krishna. I am going outside, I see Krishna. Is only because I somewhere felt that he's become my friend. And whenever I'm talking about Krishna, my eyes are filled with tears because he's the only one who kept pushing me, like, you can do, you can do. And now whenever I get anxiety, panicking feeling, it's like Krishna, 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 and he's there. So since then I have become so uh, whenever I see Krishna, I have tears. Whenever I go to ISKCON, I have tears. Whenever I speak about Krishna, I have tears. Because I was losing hope, and he somewhere, showed me the way, like, you have me. So that one thing made me so emotional, and it still is when I'm talking about it. Since then, I have been reading Bhagavad Gita every day. Thanks to Aarti, who, if she didn't come in my life, I wouldn't know anything about Bhagavad Gita. And thanks to Radha Mohan Das, my Prabhuji, who has been a guidance to me, who kept, guiding me in Bhagavad Gita sessions, and I every day I make sure to read Bhagavad Gita and to see Krishna, to just chant and to just be his true devotee. And coming into Krishna's bhakti, what all things has changed. Like the 4 years I never stepped out, I started stepping out. It was like a miracle for me. Like I felt, I couldn't step out, and now I'm stepping out. And wherever I go, suddenly I can, wherever I go now, I see Krishna everywhere. Either the poster is there, either the Krishna Murti is there, either anything of Krishna is there, and suddenly I feel that he is there with me. He is somewhere there with me all the time. Coming into Krishna's bhakti, what all things have changed was, firstly I started stepping out. Since 4 years, I felt like I'm in a jail. Being at home was like, I was getting more anxiety, more panic attack. So now slowly, I'm going outside and seeing the world. Like a lot of things has changed in 4 years. Second, I started having self-love because I started believing in miracle. Like once you lose hope in life, somewhere this universe and divine just connect with you, and I'm the example for it, that I saw a miracle and things were actually Krishna was there with me and is still there with me. Third, I got little stronger. uh, I was always strong in my all. I was always strong in all the situation which I had in my life, but I got little more stronger. Fourth, he removed all the toxic people in my life who were not meant to be in my life. They say, right, he has heard everything, like what they're speaking about you, and he has heard that they are not right for you. And every day people were removed in my life, and that's when I know he's doing it. Every day, who were toxic in my life, who were bullying me, who were not good for me, so every day Krishna was removing them, and I felt that he is doing it and I believe in him. And actually that happened for my own good. Like who harassed me, who bullied me, and people were actually laughing at my panic attacks. I do have certain incident where I might share it later. Somewhere I got deeper into Krishna, somewhere I felt like he is there with me. uh, yes, there are struggles, yes, there are still little bit of anxiety, depression, but the moment I call him, he is there. So reading Bhagavad Gita has helped me a lot. So whenever you lose a hope, make the only message I want to give in this video is like, whenever you start losing hope in life, just leave it to universe, just leave it to God, and he will connect with you. And that is what I have seen in my life. And Hare Krishna, bhakti is something very important in life, and don't let that.